I know it feels like.
Welcome back, Max Your Journey Tribe. Thank you for being here. And I got one question today. Do you want to save some money? Winterizing your camper can cost $100 to $200. Also, your camper is at somebody else's disposal. You don't know if they're taking care of it, I don't even want to explain all the rest. But I'm going to save you some money. How to winterize your camper with Max Your Journey right here. All you have to do is hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe on the side or down below, and hit that notification bell. That way we can keep growing and you'll stay in the loop of all these tips, tricks, and our journeys. Thank you guys so much for being here, and please do those following steps. Today we will be winterizing the Sunset Trail travel trailer. This will apply to all travel trailers going forward and in the past. Very simple steps that I will not be editing. I do not want you questioning what you're doing. I want you to know exactly what you're doing. So I will have those steps for you here right now. Let's get into it. Max Your Journey, let's go. First things first, you want to locate your hot water heater. Usually going to be on the outside. It's going to look just like this. This is where you're going to find your Anonoid drain plug, and you also are going to find out that on the inside is where your actual pump is. So wherever this is on the outside, all you have to do is go on the inside, and you will probably have to take apart some screws, and that will be your hot water heater. Let me show you. Okay, let me bring you right on over here. Okay, so you just popped open your hot water heater. This is your Anonoid, or whatever you want to call it or mispronounce. The newer campers, the Sunset particular, right here does not have an Anonoid no more, but that is the drain plug. That will let water pour out of your hot water heater. So I'm going to show you that in just a sec. And right below that, you have your hot and your cold, and those are stored inside the tank also. We want to drain those. So I'm showing you the location. Another very important place to locate on your camper before you get started is your water pump. You want to find out where your water pump is. It may vary. My water pump is inside here. This is my outside panel. It's inside here. I'm gonna have to take this off. I will show you that in just a second, coming right up. So get that panel off. Like a kid in a candy store, I can't believe it. I took this panel off that I just showed you, and I already have the pump, the winterization kit hooked up. A lot of the campers do come with them now, and I wasn't even checking for it in the de-winterization video I did earlier. But I do have it. This is very important. Saves me so much time and a little bit of money. Can't get better than that. So that $200, this is probably about $20 extra. So I'm at $220 saved so far. So this is the inside. This is how I'm going to suck or pump the antifreeze in there. I'm going to place this tube inside my antifreeze, and I will show you those jugs here in just a second. Let me grab them. Right. These straight from Walmart. RV antifreeze. You do not want regular antifreeze. You want RV. The other stuff is hazardous. It is poison. This is not. It can go in your water lines, fresh tanks, black tanks, everything. So this hose will go in here and suck this out through your system. I'm going to show you that. So now that we located the hot water heater and our water pump, we want to release the water. You want to make sure your black tank is open. You want to make sure your gray tank is open and they're empty. So mine have been sitting empty for a couple weeks now. So both of these are open, they're empty, because we don't need any water in there no more. You also want to locate your fresh water drain, and you want to pull that out, let that water flow out of your fresh water tank. You don't want water sitting in there, freezing up, all that stuff. So that's another step. So now we have both of those tanks empty. We could even go ahead and take off the plug for the hot water and go ahead and pull these plugs underneath here to let that water get out of the system, because we're going to skip. You do not want any water going into the hot water system. So I'm gonna get my tools out and I'm going to pop these off, these caps, and the water's going to pour out. I'll show you that in just a second. Alrighty, so now I done loosened it up. Hand loosen this one. Use my wrench. My channel lock. Another wrench. Loosen this up. Do the same for the other side. For some reason, the top on mine slides. So I'm just going to show you. Like I said, I don't want you missing no steps, questioning what you're doing. I don't want to break nothing. Let's get into it. All right, both of those are cracked. You can twist it off. You can already see the water draining out. So this water will literally sit in there all winter and crack these pipes and fittings. So get that water out. Let that run while you're doing everything else. Get those tanks dried out. Water during the winter is damage waiting to happen. Look at that. Let that go. All right, so those drain plugs for the hot and cold water are going to drain out, and it might take a couple minutes. You hear it working, you see it flowing. Just come right on out. Now we're going to get the hot water plug out of there, which is most of you guys Anenoid plug. And that's going to get all that water that usually sits in there out. We won't need that for the winter time. All right, so now I done loosened this up with the wrench. I'm gonna show you guys just how it's gonna look. Most of the ones that have the Anenoid won't have all this in front because the Anenoid is pretty long. It's gonna look corroded. If it is not completely bare, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is still good. It looks crappy, but it's still good. So I'm taking this drain plug out. And since I let that water out down bottom, there shouldn't be too much, but you never know. Yeah, it's a lot. I can feel it. It's coming. Oh. There we go. See, now all that would have sat in there and built up and expanded. But now we get a fresh start. So that's your Anenoid plug. That's inside the hot water heater. That's all coming out of there. It also comes out of the bottom down here, hot and water. And I actually leave that cap off. That way, if there's any little bit in there, it has time to drain or drip out. And there's pretty good amount of gallons in there. So this is, where you get your shower water from, right here. This is what gets heated, and you do not want the antifreeze getting in there. So we're going to go inside and close the bypass valves for the hot water heater. That is very important. Very important. You do not want antifreeze sitting in your hot water heater at all. It will not even go in there. This is fine. We just got to let the water come out. We'll go inside and get that bypass set for the hot water heater. All right, guys, I've made my way inside the camper. Like I said, your hot water heater on the outside is where it will be located on the inside. So ours was towards the back, towards the bunkhouse. So that's going to be on the bottom section. So I'm going to take you inside here and show you exactly where it's at. So you come in. We're in the back of the bunkhouse. It's hidden right under here. Right in there. And these little tab thingies, you can call them tab thingies because you might not know what they are. They're actually your bypass. They point into the water heater so the water will come in and go inside it. In the wintertime, or when we're winterizing, we do not want antifreeze going inside there. So all these steps will be played in reverse when we go to de-winterize. I have a video of that right up here above. So in the springtime, check us out, Max Your Journey. So we turn these. Let's see which way. There we go. So that is closed off. No more water will be entering inside the hot water heater. And right now the hot water heater is getting drained like you just saw. So we're going to turn these, cutting off all water going into there. You can even I wouldn't unplug it, but you can, I guess, if you want to. Don't even worry about that. Don't unplug it. So you just want to make sure these are closed. So when we suck this antifreeze in here, pump this antifreeze in here, it's going to bypass right through these tubes and sit inside these tubes so they don't freeze up, crack, or splint. And it's going to work its way right past the water heater. So that is safe now. Very, very important you do these bypass valves. Make sure you do that, please. Okay, we also have bypass valves in the water pump. We will get to that, but this step is done. Water heater is completely safe to go now. We can go to the faucets, turn them on, see if there's any water inside there. We can even turn the pump on. So now we are back inside the pass-through for my camper, or wherever your water pump is located. You can see that's in there. That's the bypass valve that leads to this hose, which we are going to place inside the antifreeze. So we place that inside here, get it down in there pretty good. It's going to drain it all the way down. So we want it at the bottom. That's in there all the way good, but we want to make sure we turn this bypass valve on. This bypass valve is going to pull from here and not the freshwater tank, allowing the the antifreeze to go in. Let me grab that. Hold on 1 second. Let me get you focused in on there. Okay, so that's all the way down. You see I changed it facing down. So now it's going to be coming straight through this tube here and into the camper. So basically all we got to go inside and do now, click on the water pump and let it pull from these jugs out here, and then go inside and turn the faucets on. So I'll show you how that works. So you can see this is all the way in at the bottom. There's no other bypasses to turn on in here. So I'm gonna go inside and turn the water pump on. All right, after you got that hot water bypass set inside, you want to come back outside and reapply the caps on here. We just had all the antifreeze spill out. Lesson learned. Let's see. I'll show you guys real quick. That's where it's all at. I forgot to actually put these on. Rookie mistake. Once you apply these on here, tighten them up a little bit. Hand tight will be fine. It can leak a little bit, but it just has to get in there to get all the way through the system. So come back out, reapply these caps, and carry on. Next step. Now that we have those caps reapplied to the hot and cold water underneath, we want to make sure we get our kit, our hose inside the RV antifreeze. Sorry about that. Then we make our way inside. All right, now that we're inside, we want to turn the water pump on. It's going to drain from that actual jug, and we want to go ahead and turn the sink on. That way we're pulling pulling antifreeze in there. As soon as we get the pink coming through, we cut it off. Let's see, we're getting close. There we go. You can cut it off right there. Come into the bathroom, cut it off. All right, as you can see, I already did the shower. I didn't pull this up just so you can see how much is actually in there, and we'll clean up any mess that's left over. I also go ahead and I take off this entire hose so water isn't sitting in here, and I just lay it right in the bottom of the shower until next season. From there, you want to also get the toilet. Get the pink going in there. That's good. You can also put more if you want, because it's fine if it's in the holding tank, but you want to make sure you have that gray and black tank closed if you want to keep dumping it in there. So we got to go back outside and close those tanks up, and also probably switch jugs. Okay, back outside, you can see the one jug is empty. I'll go over here, close the gray up. We have that leak coming from here. It's fine, because it's already in the line in those spots. I'll take that and tighten it up in here just a second. That's closed up. And then we can go back inside, dump some into the traps, dump some into the toilet, or even put a little bit more of this into the system. So I'm gonna do that. So that's the only part you're missing right here from this. I'm gonna do it real quick one more time. All right, so you saw me pump it through, you saw the jug go down, you saw the water pump on. Let me show you how it's sitting in some of the traps. If you look very carefully, you can see the pink just sitting there. That's literally gonna sit there all winter until you de-winterize. So you gotta picture that in all the elbows, behind the toilet, in your kitchen sink, in your shower. All of those areas you want that antifreeze sitting in there so it does not mess up. First year, I think I had a little bit left behind my toilet, even though I blew it out and put it in there, and it got a crack in there. Sometimes you mess up, it's fine. So now I'm gonna take what's left and just dump it through the traps and let it sit there all winter, because we have reached the end. So take it, come over, I pour a little bit more in each one. I'm gonna let that sit. Come right over here to the toilet. Get a good amount in there, it's fine. It's going to sit inside there. I even leave a little bit on top just to keep it a little lubricated or whatever. A little bit into this trap. More will not hurt the system. And then right into the shower. Sad day in the RV world when you got to winterize. But there you go. All right, guys. Again, hit that thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being part of the tribe. You are what makes this work. Please hit the thumbs up. Trying to get to about 30 to 40 thumbs up. Great information here. It's very easy, but I know I drug it out with the step-by-step. I'm sorry. I wanted you to see the details in it. So you reach this part, you already saved money. $200 easily saved. Call your dealership. See how much they cost to get you to winterize. I guarantee it's over 100. This and materials is probably $10. So you're looking at $200 saved just in that, but also saving your time. This probably takes 10 to 15 minutes if you're starting out and you know for sure what was done and what wasn't done, because you have the knowledge and you can spread it and share it forward. And I also have a de-winterization video. If you forget, you can check that out, or go back and watch this and just back up the steps. You want to make sure you do the drain plugs, all that stuff, the bypasses. Guys, if you have any questions, comment below. Ask me. I'm not too big of an account. I got plenty of time. I will reach out to you. And let me know if you have anything that's slowing you up. Winterize, save money with Max Your Journey. See you on the next one, guys. Peace out.